Welcome to Gemara Academy. In this class, we will learn Tosfos Dibra Maschal Yitzias. Let's begin. Yitzias, carryings. The Tana of our Mishnah begins and says Yitzias Shabbos. Tosfos will address why does the Tana say Yitzias, which means going out, and not Hitzais, which means carrying out. Our Mishnah doesn't speak of the Isser of going out on Shabbos, it speaks of the Isser of carrying out on Shabbos. So says Tosfos, and it's in a purple arrow pointing upwards because he's explaining the use of the word Yitzia instead of Hitzah. Says Tosfos, Hitzais Havalei Lemisni. He should have said Hitzais, which means carrying out, whereas Yitzias means going out. Elanokat Yitzias Lishna the Crow, just that he took Yitzias, he chose the word Yitzias, which is the terminology of the pasuk. So since when the pasuk speaks of the malacha of Hitzah, it says Yitzia instead of Hitzah. So to the Tana, when he speaks about the malacha of Hitzah, he says Yitzias and not Hitzais. So now we understand what it's based on. Now Tosfos completes this point by bringing the source where we find in the Torah that when it speaks of Hitzah, it uses the word Yitzia and not the word Hitzah. Al Yetze Ishmim Kaime. It says Al Yetze Ishmim Kaime. A person should not leave his place. V'darshinon mina Hitzah. And we learn from it the din of Hitzah, and the way we learn the din of Hitzah from this pasuk that uses the word Yetze is Al Yetze Imakli L'Laket Amon. It means to say one shouldn't go out with the utensil to gather the mon. So when the pasuk says Al Yetze Ishmim Kaime, the way it's referring to the malacha of Eitzah is that the instruction that was given to the people regarding collecting the mon on Shabbos was not to go out with a utensil to gather the mon. And from there we learn that it's also to go out from Rosh Hashanah to Rosh Hashanah while carrying something on Shabbos. So that's where we find that when the pasuk speaks of Eitzah, it doesn't use the word of Eitzah, rather it uses the word of Yitzia. And therefore the Tana also, when speaking of the malacha of Eitzah, he uses the word Yitzias instead of Hitzais. So to summarize Tosfos begins by pointing out that the proper word should have been Hitzais. And the reason he chose Yitzias is because that's the lashon, the word that's used in the pasuk that speaks about the malacha of Hitzah. And then he continues on and supports this by bringing the source where we find that the Torah uses the word of Yitzia, where it says Al Yetze Ishmim Kaimei, and it's referring to the malacha of Hitzah, and he explains how does this pasuk mean Hitzah. And the explanation is that it's telling the person Al Yetze shouldn't go out with a utensil to gather the mon. So it's telling the person not to go out while carrying something, and that's how we learn the malacha of Hitzah from this pasuk.